The project is called Citadel because it was in the actual citadel in Gjirokastër in southern Albania that I discovered in the prison, which is inside the citadel, that a horrible event had taken place in 1944 when two Albanian women belonging to the Partizan movement had been hung up by the Nazis. And I discovered this in a glass case where I found two beautiful, very feminine blouses belonging to the two women, together with the noose. Citadel consists of 3 parts. One part is 13 drawings, and another is 13 blouses and a soundscape. And 13 is the number because I discovered that the noose is made up of 13 coils, and then it's called a hangman's knot. And that's supposed to be a more humane way of killing people. And I thought that was, to begin with, pretty absurd. But it also was the starting point for the number 13, which is also the unlucky number. The Citadel project fits in with other projects that have to do with traumatic circumstances, historical events. For instance, I've made a project about the First World War. I've made a project about the Holocaust. Right now, I'm also working on another project about the First World War, and this project fits in perfectly well with the type of project that I like to work on. The moment I looked into the glass case, I got such a shock, and I could combine a number of ideas straight away. And I thought, this is going to be my next project. The first 2 parts, the nooses and the blouses, fit together really well. I mean, they are a complement to each other. And of course, 13, as I explained, is, you know, the number because of the 13 coils and the unlucky number. But the third part has to do with the fact that the environment, the prison, which is still there, even though it's been made in a museum now, but hasn't changed at all, made such a deep impression upon me, because when I was walking through the cells where these women and other people must have been held, it struck me what a forbidden place it is, high up on a mountain. It's extremely cold, it still is. It was in the middle of summer, and there was this horrible noise coming from a grating that hit the open window, the glassless window, and I could really imagine how terrible the circumstances must have been, you know, not only for these women, but for all the prisoners in the prison over the centuries. And it was this particular sound that I wanted to be part of the project as well, because the soundscape is such a real part of the whole project, because it's not only visual, but it's also the sound that sort of creeps under your skin, and it's always there, and it never lets off, and it's unescapable.